ADHD isn't always the child who can't sit still. In fact, some of the early signs of ADHD can be much easier to miss. A child may constantly lose or forget things. They may struggle to follow instructions or find it difficult to finish everyday tasks. They may have difficulty waiting their turn or sometimes act before thinking. Some children are very easily distracted. Others may seem constantly on the go, and sometimes one of the biggest clues is that a child needs far more reminders and support than other children of a similar age. But here's something really important. One or two of these behaviors does not automatically mean that a child has ADHD. All children can be distracted, impulsive, forgetful, or restless from time to time. What we need to think about is the pattern. Have these difficulties been there for some time? Are they happening in different parts of the child's life? For example, both at home and at school? And are they beginning to affect the child's learning, friendships, family life, or everyday well being? This is why early identification matters. Because when we don't understand what's behind a child's behavior, that child can very easily be misunderstood. They may be described as lazy, naughty, disruptive, or we may hear they could do it if they just tried harder. But sometimes what we're seeing is a child who is genuinely struggling and needs us to understand why. And there's something else I really want parents and educators to know. ADHD doesn't look the same in every child. Some children have very noticeable hyperactivity and impulsivity, but others may mainly struggle with attention, organization, forgetfulness, or completing tasks. Because they aren't necessarily disruptive, their difficulties can be much easier to overlook. Early identification isn't about rushing to give a child a label. It's about recognizing when a child may need support. Because when we understand what's behind a child's difficulties, we can begin to put the right support around them, and that can make a very real difference. Understanding, supporting, empowering every child. I'm Dr. Inyang Takon, and this is Early Intervention Matters. If you found this helpful, please share it with a parent, teacher, or professional who might benefit. And tell me in the comments, what signs of ADHD do you think are most often missed?